Dinosaurs. Not many things cooler than dinosaurs to a young boy. For me, my favorite dinosaur did not have large teeth or strike fear, but rather was a gentle giant. This is a Parasaurolophus, and it is silver. Today, we will relive our childish dino obsession while also maintaining a touch of mature dignity as we talk silver. Before we dive deep, I would love to know if you were also obsessed with dinosaurs in your formative years. If so, which was your favorite? I was young when the first Jurassic Park movie was released and thought to myself, anything but raptors. Raptors are bad. Something about Parasaurolophus caused me to want one as a pet, and of course my mom said I would not get one because I can't even manage to clean my room, let alone take care of a Cretaceous creation. This silver coin is in a series of 12 hailing from the Democratic Republic of Congo. If this nation sounds familiar, it may be because I've done a video over a coin from the nation of the Republic of Congo in the silverback gorilla. And yes, you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. The Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo are two separate nations. The split ties go back to European colonization. The northwest side of the river is the Republic of the Congo, and the southeast side of the river is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Belgium held one side and France held the other. It is also of note that this was an African kingdom before Europe got involved. When I was young, I actually knew this country as Zaire. Lots of things have changed in the world. Today, however, we are more focused on the Democratic Republic of Congo, as this is where our coin comes from. This is the largest sub-Saharan African nation and has been romanticized in classical literature for ages. 2/3 of the country can be navigated by rivers and creeks, which may be why under 10% of the roadways are paved. Speaking of underwhelming infrastructure, this nation is one of the highest in resources but lowest in economic movement, which is a common story in Africa and breaks my heart a little bit. It is estimated that 25 trillion with a T dollars in untapped minerals are in the Congo, which is why China is basically their creepy uncle who never leaves after being invited over. This makes Congo both the richest and poorest nation at the same time. Congo holds 60% of the world's cobalt, which is used for renewable energy. This being said, many nations like the United States have policies to make their own nations green by using solar, wind, and all of these other types of renewables that have a huge carbon footprint in the Democratic Republic of Congo, actually making it bigger than natural gas and oil, as the stripping of land and the amount of pollution in mining this far exceeds the lifespan of the products being manufactured. We also know that this process of mining is directly causing the highest rate of child labor I could find, but that is a topic for another video. I would also note that you have probably not heard of the killing of 10 to 20 million Congolese when this nation was held by Leopold of Belgium, or the 5 million that were killed in the Congolese War, considered the African World War. This was the most killing after World War II on our earth. These events are not in many textbooks, and I think they should be. It is almost like developed nations want African nations to fall into conflict so that they will need a peacekeeper to get involved, who will also possibly have claim to their resources. Many of these nations do not have a middle class, as the resources are sold to developed nations and a working class is all that's needed. I cannot even begin to imagine the amazing world if African nations would be as economically developed as, let's say, some European or Asian nations. We would have such amazing cultural and beautiful contributions to the world. Before I fall into a deep depression and have to call my therapist, let's dive into this coin, which makes me happy. The Obverse is where we must start. We have a coat of arms, and if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Africa has some of the coolest coats of arms in the entire galaxy. This coat of arms is once again an outstanding representation of history. We have the bold leopard head adorned with elephant tusk and spear. The words justice, peace, and work are in French, which pay homage to the past in the French and Belgian nations who once ruled here. This is a basic image, but it is nicely encapsulated by a ring and a dotted border. The font seems fitting, and all of the words are in balance. The detraction is in the minting process. I feel like this could have been a little bit more detailed from a striking standpoint. We lose the spots on the leopard, and the tusk looks more like a sickled blade. Overall, it's still pretty cool and scores a 7. The reverse is just flat outstanding. I've never purchased a coin featuring a dinosaur, but when I saw the Parasaurolophus, I had to dive in. This has always been my favorite dinosaur, and this coin hails from a country I didn't even have in my collection. Parasaurolophus means nearly crested lizard, and this species lived about 70 million years ago, meaning it was a Cretaceous creature. This would have roamed from Canada through the western United States and would have measured 30 feet long and about 5,000 pounds. This is a hadrosaur, and that basically is evident by the duck bill, and it would be known to have browsed for foliage on 4 legs and run on 2, much like a kangaroo often does, without the whole hopping thing. Many people thought this was an aquatic species, but it is actually a misnomer. Soft tissue and trace fossils on the feet actually represent pads like an elephant would have and are not indicative of webbing. Knowing all of this, when we look at this image, we see a lot of great features. With the raptors in the foreground, we have a band of startled Parasaurolophus which show in action the animals moving from 4 feet to 2 feet to evade their pursuers. We have an amazing and accurate detail from the beak to the ridge of the back where we see large spinal processes that are created. The skin is really cool, and having a multi-species representation is a plus. What I also really love is the texture of the foliage. We have fern and palm-like foliage at the bottom, which is exactly what you would see, and the tree above is less pronounced, which I actually like, as it gives the viewers an understanding that it is a tree without trying to guess structural patterns of flora. We have many great descriptors, like the name of our featured friend, the years in which they lived, as well as a border that shows the ages of dinosaurs from the Triassic to the Cretaceous periods. This is one of the most thought out and fantastic images and scores a 10. Mintage is our next area. This coin features a low mintage of just 10,000, so get one while you can. This low mintage scores a 9. Cultural significance is an interesting quandary. We have a universal interest in dinosaurs. This series highlights some popular dinosaurs. This particular dinosaur did not live in Africa, let alone Congo, but I think that dinosaurs are a world interest and sparked interest in all. I do wonder, however, how many children in the Congo even knew dinosaurs exist. I used to build houses for homeless in Mexico and remember bringing books with sharks, and the kids had no idea what a shark was or that there was even an ocean, but that is a topic for another video. This is a significant topic to our world, and it scores an 8. Now for collectability. This is a low mintage coin with a very collectible theme. Both of these are great areas for collectability. It is also from a series with changing artwork. It does not have the established long run of a kookaburra, maple, or koala, so we'll see in 10 years or so if this type of thing actually holds market value over time, but there is a little bit of demand, so I scored a 7. Now for uniqueness. This is a dinosaur on a coin that is not a T-Rex. Many of you probably didn't even know the name of this dinosaur, and here it is adorning a coin. This is about as unique as it can get. It scores a 10, which brings you to my final thought and score. This coin crosses the line with a 51 out of 60, just making it an elite coin. That's right, this dinosaur coin is elite. This is mostly due to an amazing reverse and low mintage. I wish the obverse had the detail of the reverse, but I'm so glad that I have a coin like this. Is it right for you? If you are only wanting coins with monetary value, no. But then again, you probably tuned out a long time ago if that was you. If you are still watching this, then this coin probably has something that you should consider. It is beautiful and rare. This coin has its place in history, and it retells it in a beautiful way. Thank you always, and please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.